Hello, me. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Block Talent Battle Round 6. And welcome to On the
Mm.
Block with Jen every single Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We are coming to you with talent from everywhere. I am Jen, and this is my lovely co host.
Lily Washington of YB Limited. And if you're looking for me, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and here on YouTube at YB Limited. The way it's spelled right here, the letter Y, the letter B, the word limited.
And really quickly before we continue, that intro music, okay? If you're wondering who was the musician, I told you we have the most talented team ever. That was by our own Haran DeMarco. His information is scrolling on the bottom. Every time I play an intro of a musician or an artist, okay, their information will be scrolling on the bottom. So as you see right there, the ticker that's scrolling, intro music by dangerous underscore DeMarco on Instagram or on Spotify and Apple under Haran DeMarco. I see you guys in the chat feeling the music. Please support our fellow artists because they keep the block going, okay? And he'll be in the chat if you want to ask him anything about a collaboration or his music. Now, let's get this party started. Don't forget that you can support the show, Block Talent Battle specifically. You can also be a sponsor. Hit us at On the Block with Jen at Gmail if you want to sponsor or you want to showcase your music. All business on the Block with Jen at Gmail. You can also reach Lily on social media or social media platforms, as she said, under at YB Limited, and me at On the Block with Jen on all social media platforms. You know the deal. Let's get this party started. Now, I'm hoping the talent comes through today because a lot of people say they're coming through and they get cold feet, okay? Then they get scary. So we will see. And we take all talent, actors, singers, rappers. We've had beatboxers. We have drummers up here. Whatever your talent is. We even had a father-son duo rapping, okay? You guys come up. Lily and I judge, but we don't vote. The chat votes, okay? Your friends and family vote. And if you win, you get $100 cash. And speaking of the $100 cash, our winner from last week was none other than Miss Chocolate. Okay. So
Ooh.
Chocolate is a regular on our panel. We didn't even know that she sings. She sang last week. She did win the most votes. Okay. So Chocolate, if you can hear the sound of my voice, please drop your Cash App in the chat and I will get your money to you right now. Okay. This is real money. Okay. Every week somebody wins $100 cash. So far it's easy money. Okay. But we will see if the talent gets tougher as we go along. We're still growing. Block Talent Battle is still new. So Chocolate, if you can hear me, please drop us your Cash App and I will send you $100 right now. Not now, but right now. All right, guys. So this week we have a guest judge with us. You know, every now and then we're going to have a guest judge. An industry professional. Not only do we have talent up here competing, but we also have industry professionals. Lily and I are also industry professionals. We talk a lot about behind the scenes, the good and bad and the ugly of the industry because we want to teach you guys, right, how to avoid the pitfalls and a lot of the BS that goes on. So, as you know, Saturday nights, it's all about entertainment. Let me bring up our guest judge.
Yay!
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Hello.
Yeah, we can
We,
hear you.
Oh, great,
yeah.
great. I'm always curious when these things actually work. I feel old even saying that. So sorry.
Don't
But we're
worry.
here. We're here. All right, let's
We're here.
go.
Yes. Welcome, welcome, Joey Joel.
Yes.
Lily, please introduce our guest judge.
Oh gosh.
Oh, this is one of my friends that I admire so much in the industry. Joey is an agent, a talent agent out of Chicago. And one thing I love, well, there's many things I love about Joey, but one of the things that I love about Joey is that Joey is fair because I've seen Joey's lives,
Mhm.
right? When she
Mhm.
goes live, yeah, I peeped in. But when she goes live, because there's people come up and they ask for a lot of different advice and specifically models and actors. I've seen those lives, and you give the best unobjective advice. And because a lot of people they like to be lied to,
True.
you know,
They're searching for what they want to hear, not what
right?
they need to hear. There's a
Mm.
difference in that. Yeah.
Right,
When
right.
people are looking for, become famous, become rich and famous in like a split second, and
Mhm.
they ask not directly that question, but it kind of comes to it, then unfortunately, if you really want to make it in this business, you have to work for it really hard. And that's sometimes not really exactly what they want to hear. And
Mhm.
unfortunately, I'm not that person that will tell them like, oh no, just, put a picture on Instagram and you're done. You're good. That's it. You're famous. It doesn't work. It just
And
doesn't.
that's why I admire you.
Yeah, I break the heart news, I guess. It's
But you don't
because
do
I'm
it
gut.
cruel. You're not cruel in how you break it.
Depends on the person, to be honest. Some people
Okay.
take it better than the other. It's the
That's
directness,
true.
and I don't have time to go around the bush and make it pretty. It's just
Thank
this
you.
is it.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for joining us tonight, Joey, and giving us your time and your expertise. And thank you for saying it depends on who it is, because I'm that type of person as well. But people say, I'm abrasive, or it's just that we don't have time. We don't have time. There are a lot of things to do, and I think people forget that
Yeah,
this is a tough business, right? This is
Mm.
a
and it's
tough business.
quick.
Yes, it's very quick. Time is money. So, there's not a lot of time to deal with different people. And I think I don't know, I think it's one of the only industries where people think that you're supposed to be soft or it's supposed to be soft. I'm like, no, if you were working in corporate America, it's the same thing. It's like
It's
time
the
is money.
same.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. So what do you see most of the time that people don't understand about this industry?
That you have to invest. You have to invest so much money and so much time, and you have to read. You have to read everything that comes your way. Back in my day, we didn't have social media. You actually had to go to libraries, like physically walk in, get a timestamp, get a book, read the book, actually read the book, and or take it home if you can, and read it at home, and underline or write over, like get it all in there. And
Mm-hmm.
now you can find everything online, so it's easier. The information is more accessible, and there's a lot more information than that library back then. A lot more information is created, so it's easier to look up now a video and see how you can do a runway walk, or how to do
Right.
your makeup, or how to create your own designing shoes. Literally, you have too much shoes. Lily, what's going on over
Speaking
there?
of
I
shoes,
got
speaking of shoes.
distracted. Yeah, but it's so easy now to find so much information. And yes, granted, there's a lot of information out there that's also not true, but the more you read, the easier it is to distinguish what's right and
Mhm.
what's wrong, and what works for you and what doesn't. But it only works if you really sit for it, and start researching and start reading up on all the things that you can find. And that's also investing. That's investing in you. You are your best business, and the
Mhm.
more you know, the more you can do, and the more you can execute. So read as much as you can. Read all the fine print too. My colleagues always come to me for like all these contracts. It's like, law stuff. I know law stuff from my country. I'm still learning in this country, but I read everything, and I forget things too. So I read again,
Mhm.
and at some point, I will recognize the same lingo that they're using in one contract and the other contract. So I'll remember and realize, like, oh, this is what they meant back then. So this is also what they mean here. So reading is so important. It
Mhm.
helps get it in your system, get it automated, and it makes things quicker for you too. And by making like good judgments on things that you want to do, things you want to purchase, things you want to invest in terms of money,
Mhm.
and getting the right things for you will excel your business. And this industry, no matter who you are, what you want to do, you are your business. So you want to invest in yourself. And that way, another business can invest in you, or at least feels comfortable investing in you. So if
I
you
love
don't want
that.
to invest in you, then
How
why
you
should
how
another company?
exactly.
It's as simple as that. If I was Nike and
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for a model. I'll go for the best model. I'm not going for the model that has nothing to present. I'll go for the model that has a portfolio and shows me that she understands quality and understands set etiquette and has those pictures in her portfolio, not someone that just has selfies and, you know, a YouTube channel that just like does this all day. It doesn't work. It
I
doesn't.
have a question. Can I ask a question real quick, Jen? Do we have
Yeah,
time for
no,
me to?
we have plenty of time.
Okay, because I want to. I'm about to put. I'm glad I have you here because we've had. I don't know how if you've caught pieces of the show in the past, but we've talked about a few things, right? And we cover everything on this show.
Mm-hmm.
And Jen is also in the industry as well. Jen's a writer. She's an actor. She does many things. So we're all in this industry, and a lot has changed. A lot has
Oh
changed
my
over
God.
over the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so, with some of these newer decisions that have been made, and you can not answer if you want, if I'm putting you on a hot seat,
Okay.
okay, you can plead the fifth. With some of these newer changes, sometimes I'm like, what made them do that? Like, we know that the whole go woke thing is huge now, and now it's like go woke, go broke. Um, and you've always been and Jen as well have always been a big supporter of the LGBTQ community and just different diverse communities and things like that, right? But then there is a period where it kind of looks like pandering, or it's just like they're trying to check boxes and stuff like that. So, in your professional opinion,
Here we go.
how do you how did that Budweiser thing come about? Like, be oh,
Yes. Oh, you know, I feel like companies are just following trends. And right now, as stupid as it sounds, it's a trend to have any type of gender, any type of size, any type of person with a disability in their commercial, in their or marking their brand to make it so that they can't be canceled. I think that's what's happening. Uh-oh, are you still here? Okay.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about
And
to switch my Wi-Fi.
I think it's literally just because they don't want to be canceled, that they just keep bringing those new factors in. And on the one hand, I think it's great. On the other hand, I think it's kind of weird because why not then? Why suddenly now and then full throttle? Like it's too much. And if I'm looking at all the castings for the last ever since like pandemic and Floyd happened, where it became a little too much for the world, I feel like all these castings they just want everyone but white. It's so weird. It's so
Hmm.
weird. And
Hmm.
anyone but like, you know, in specific neighborhoods or specific areas or in specific markets, anyone but white. It's
Wow.
so specific. And
Interesting.
it's simmering down now to like, okay, we'll put the white one back in, but they want, to me it feels like, okay, they don't want to rule anyone out, they don't want to look bad, they want to be inclusive, they want to show diversity, and great, but all my white people on my roster are now out of work. And
Right.
it's still out of balance. There's no like regular, there's no balance. I
There's
mean,
no
not that we're
Mm-hmm.
balance.
looking for United Colors. Like, do you guys, Benetton? Do you guys know that brand?
Oh, I
Where
used
they
to
were
Absolutely.
like
love
looking for
Benetton.
one each, and I feel like we don't have to go to that, but they were very regressive for their time for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I, it doesn't, like, your commercial doesn't have to have specifically just transgender or specifically all non-binary. Just have humans. Just
Mm-hmm.
make it fit.
Right.
That's it. Like if it's a specific goal, like yes, if you like you're doing, you did the target and it's a like LGBTQ line, I
Hmm.
get it. Don't put a regular, you know, normal
Right.
person that is just like me. I wouldn't fit that project because
Right.
I love my husband, but
Right.
I'm not part of the LGBTQ in that sense, so I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be fit for that role. But I get it when they pick someone that is, because that fits the whole project. But for just a regular commercial, when I see like they want everybody but white, it's reversed all over again. It's still like specifically everybody but white, or like how it was 10 years ago, everyone but black or everyone but Latino. We don't need that one. We don't need that one. And it's such a weird flip now. And I think it just has to do with that they don't want to be canceled.
Interesting. Do you think that it's just that they don't want to be canceled, or like things are evolving and other people are now, you know what I mean, getting included? Do you think it's just strictly pandering, or it's just time to open up, right? Open up the gates? Because when I hear you say, well, now it sounds to me like you're saying the pendulum has swung all the way to the other side, but it has been all white, all right for decades in Hollywood.
Yes.
And then they had like the token Latina, the token black person. And even when they did the one, there was, it was never a normal black person or a normal Latina. She had to have an accent, or she was the maid. And then
the black
mixed, ethnically ambiguous, or the black person had to be gay or had to have some sort of, you know, urban accent. So do you, I'm kind of okay. I don't like the pandering, but I'm like, however we can get in, let us in, right? Because it's better than the one person.
I am definitely like taking advantage of the fact, because I am not very Dutch. I'm not a white person, even though I am coming from a white country, but I don't have that suit on. So I would never be classified as white, even though looking at my bloodline, it's like 80% white, but I can't make that happen. So I am all on the Asian side making it happen. And I want everybody to be included. And back then it wasn't. You would see that one token person. You would see that stereotypical gay black guy, and he had to be a little bit chubby, and he had to be very comedic, and he had to be just the comic relief of it all in a commercial or in a TV show. And it was just so stereotypical. And I'm happy that we're switching to that everyone can portray that role, and that everyone has to have a part now in the industry. But I feel like it tipped over too much, that they left out completely the white group. And it's just with specific brands that it just suddenly shifted. It's not like the whole world completely changed. It's just particular brands, and I don't want to name specifically, put them on the spot. But I do see the sudden switch where I'm like, why?
I know you can't name brands specifically, but can you name genres? Do you see it more in fashion and clothes and liquor? Where do you see it most?
I definitely see it in fashion. I definitely like for example, not even a couple of years ago, we didn't see any plus size, and it was sort of frowned upon if you gained a little bit of weight, and you will never be worth it or working in this industry. And there were just suddenly an explosion, because people started to sort of like ban certain brands for not having plus size collections, and the average woman in America is plus size. So they sort of bombed on these certain brands, and these brands had no choice but to start including. And they did start booking plus size models. They were there, and they got signed all of a sudden. And now they have their whole division at agencies, that now they're part of that. It's normal to be plus size. It's fine to be plus size, and they can be on the runway now. And that was not even like 5 to 7 years ago. That wasn't a thing. You wouldn't find a plus size. You would find a 2 or a 4 on the runway, and now it's totally fine. But that's just the switch where I think for the better, where that's fine. That I appreciate, because I love it when people can just be happy in their skin, and they can show that it's okay. It's healthy as well. Like, we have plus size models on our roster, and they work out. They some are even vegan. I don't know how they do it, but they are eating healthy. They are working out, but they are on the plus side, because it's just how their body works. It's just normal. But that wasn't 7 years ago. You wouldn't find them, and they would be body shamed for it. So it depends on the brands for sure. It depends on how the industry is responding to it. And yes, if we protest, if we go against like these certain brands of, and not for the lack of a better word, shaming them into not evolving, it will result to hopefully a good thing, that we don't cancel them together at all, but we instead embrace it and they evolve to like putting them in the collection or adding like a normal body shape to the collection. So it pros and cons, but yeah, it depends on the brand completely.
Okay,
so that's fashion.
Okay,
That's
so
just fashion.
really quickly, I just want to say, guys, if you're watching and you want to cam up to compete, I did drop the link in between the talent. We always have industry talk. And just to pull up another demographic, let's get a Black man up here and the musician of the hour. That was his music that you heard during our intro. Haran DeMarco, welcome.
Hey, what's poppin'?
Hey.
How are you? How are you? Chocolate Earth, you won last week's Block Talent Battle. So please hit us with your Cash App so we can get your money to you right now, ma'am. All right. So this is a great conversation. Like I said, every single Saturday, Block Talent Battle. Okay. We have industry insiders and professionals, as we all are. And we discuss this because it's conversations that some of you have to hear who are budding actors, singers, rappers, whatever it is you are. I do notice as well, let's talk a little bit about unprofessionalism. Okay. Are we good? Are we good, Joey? Let's talk about this, right? And we've all experienced this. I think we've all been, like I always say, in front of and behind that table. I know I did cast certain projects, and I've been on the other side auditioning. And something I notice is that people want to be famous, but like Joey said, they don't understand that it's a job. I think they show their picture, they show up, and it's like, I'm pretty, I need to be on TV. But it is a job. You have to put in hours. You have to invest in yourself, just like a business. And I like the way you put it, Joey, where it's like, if you are a brand and you see yourself as a business, and it's easy to merge with another company, be it the people that are casting. And I always say that when I walk into an audition, the reason why I am not nervous is because I'm looking at it as a merger. I'm not looking at it as like, oh my God, I need these people. I'm like, we need each other for this project. And I think that takes the nerves away, right? But in order to walk in with that confidence, you have to know that you invested in yourself. You got the best headshots. You're getting the best lessons. You're coming in, knowing about the business on both sides, versus coming in as, oh my God, I'm this nervous talent and I hope they like me. You're going to take the long road if you view it that way. So in terms of unprofessionalism, something I see even casting for something as simple as Block Talent Battle, people don't read. They send pictures or they'll ask questions that were in the instructions. And I just next. And I even say in the ad, priority goes to people who actually read the ad. Can you talk a little bit about that, Joey?
Oh my God, this is such a hurtful topic.
Let's hurt them.
Well, it hurts for me personally because we put so much effort in a casting call. We put so much effort in writing all the information in an email, on a website, and then you still get these easy questions of like, what's your website? Where are you located? And it just blows my mind because the information is really right in front of you, but you just lack the concentration or interest, or you want to do it so fast, because I do know that the new generation is like bam, 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 but they're shooting blank. It's all bam, bam, miss, miss, miss. If you're not reading all the information, and it hurts me because you could be so successful if you just read everything. And I started, like, that was part of my introduction, maybe, that if you read everything you can find, up, down, left, right, up, off screen, on your phone, it makes things like 100% easier. It's literally half of the job because you can prepare. We have so many people that submit to castings and they forget like 5 of the 6 things, and I can't submit you because I already know you're not right for the job. Because if you would to be booked and you're on set, you would literally forget 5 of the 6 things you had to do on set. that's not good. The client will not be okay with that. And they expect you to be professional and do the job and understand and know the job. But if you already have trouble just reading instructions to submit to a casting, I can't help you. And it hurts. It hurts so much, because I do want everyone to succeed, but it starts with them. And I think that's also sort of like a misunderstanding in the industry, or maybe where the tough or the hard part comes in. We can't help you with the simple things. That's your part as an actor, as a model, as a singer. You need to know what you're getting yourself into, and the only way to do that is to prepare yourself as much as possible, so that you don't have to call an agency and ask who you're calling. Oh my God, I have so many times that people would call us and like, who are you again? I'm like, you called us.
Oh.
How do you forget? You literally just called us. You found this number where? On our website that literally says our name, or Google literally says our name. It baffles me. And it's hurtful in the sense that you already presented yourself kind of in a bad way.
Incompetent.
Yeah, incompetent. And it's you don't want to do that to yourself. And if you would, again, see yourself as a business, you want to show yourself that you are the best business. You want to be, like Apple. If I go to a phone store, I'm not just buying a phone cover, I'm buying the whole phone, and it's not empty. It needs to work.
Right.
So when I'm buying or booking you, I need to know that you're working, that you can do what I'm asking you to do, to make the phone call, to go on social media with it, to like put it in the charger when it's ready or not ready. It needs to work. And if it doesn't work, I paid $1,500. These things are expensive nowadays. So I paid $1,500 for something that doesn't work. The same goes for talent. I paid $1,500 and you don't know how to follow instructions. It hurts.
Yeah, but yeah, you're absolutely right. In when you say it hurts, because I've seen like really great looking talent, and I'm like, I can't do anything with you though. I can't do it, because if you can't follow these simple instructions, you're going to make me look like a fool later on, and I can't look like a fool because I'm also merging with these people. But you're right; it's the littlest thing. Like I'll post an ad, and they're like, where's this going to be? What day? What time? I'm like. Right.
Like
yeah. Right. I'm interested.
That's
I'm
great.
like, okay, it's in the ad, and it's really sad because I've seen people with great looks, you know what I mean? And grip. And it's like, you got to follow these directions. When I post an ad, that costs money. It's not free. I have to pay to post that ad. So the least you can do is read the ad. And I don't think people understand how important that is, because we're constantly watching, and there's so many people that want in to this business. It's very easy to say next.
Yes.
And it's pain in the other side. It's also painful to then hear, oh, you never pick me. Oh, you never select me for your auditions. Oh, you don't think I'm good enough. Or they get hurtful to you and say, you're a bad company. You're a scam. You just want this. You just want that. Or you're racist, or you're a bigot, or whatever. And it can go deep. And we're just like, you just didn't follow instructions. Or this you didn't fit the requirements, so you can't, like, I can't change the requirements from the client. The client is searching for this type of person. Why are you applying, and why are you getting mad?
Yes, I used to get that a lot when I used to do casting for models, and you know how specific they are, right? And it's like, ma'am, they asked for an Asian lady that's 5'5". You're black and you're 6'1". Like, why are you here? What is going on?
Right.
And they get mad at you for it. But I'm just thinking, you didn't read this, right? Because that's basically what happened. You just didn't read this properly, so you don't fit the requirements. Well, you are then racist. I really am not. It's literally, I can't fight this. Come on.
You gotta follow directions. And I have another layer to this when dealing with even people close to you in your circle, your network, your friends and family who watch you in this business, and they think they automatically have an in. But I want to pause right there before we get into that, because we do have a contestant backstage. He is a returning contestant. And you know, the rule on Black Talent Ballot is you can keep coming back until you win, because you may not have won last week, but your talent may be better this week. So we will see. Let's pull up some talent. And here's our winner from last week. Hello, Chocolate.
Ooh.
Congratulations.
Congrats, doll. You sang for us last week and sweeped the competition, by the way.
I think she's. Are you on mute, Chocolate?
You're muted. I need to hear your voice now.
Right. Like, how you gonna come up and
You
be
see,
muted?
I am so corny, like for real. Like I love stuff like that. Like I was like, oh my God. I had to get up, go tell my brother and my sister, and like I had just won Miss America. I was like,
Well, you're Miss America to us, okay?
Right.
You're Miss America to us. That's
thank
all
Yeah.
we know.
Thank you. Y'all are
You're
looking
so
lovely as
welcome.
ever.
Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you. So I'll put my
Absolutely.
information in the chat.
Please.
I'm gonna drop down because I
Okay.
don't like what's happening with my headset.
Absolutely. Hit us with the Cash App so we can send you your $100 cash prize. Okay. We just got you dinner courtesy of your
Yes.
talent, actually, because you won. So
Girl, you got me some gas money too, but yeah.
Right. You got some gas money to get to your food. Hello.
That's
Won't he
right,
do it?
this is a
Turn the camera
network.
on high this time. That's what
Okay.
It's a good
This-
I do. All
time,
right,
though.
ladies, I'm gonna drop down. Nice to
Okay.
meet you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Chocolate.
Thank you.
This is what I'm talking about.
I love it.
We're networking
Oh my
here. Okay,
God.
let's bring up our contestants, see what Rob Holla has for us yet again.
Holla.
All right, let's
Dun,
bring
dun,
him.
dun.
This should be interesting. You ready, Joey?
I mean, this is my first time judging him, so we'll see.
Okay, here we go.
Hello,
How
ladies.
are you?
Hey, Rob.
I'm
Hi.
trying to. Can I say one thing?
Yes, you can. Absolutely.
I wasn't gonna do it. Then the guys in the group inspired me.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, here you are.
I see you got
we're
your
glad.
Tupac shirt on.
And I got the
your
chain.
and you got the chain. All right. Your biggest
I need
inspiration.
an agent.
You need an
I can
agent?
pick something. I
Okay.
can pick something from last week. It wasn't a Pop Smoke beat, but I got it
Okay.
this week.
Wait, you got a Pop Smoke beat this week?
Yup.
Oh, we
Last
ready?
week it was the other guy.
You know I like Pop Smoke, so you better do it some justice. You gotta do it
You
some
can bring me to
justice.
the West Coast. Okay, am I ready?
Yes.
Yes, you are ready. We got
Okay,
the
hold
clock, Lily.
Yep. I'm about to get the clock right now. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Let's get that
Am I
clock
the only
started.
one performing?
Well,
So
Are there
far,
other
listen.
people?
So Rob
Okay.
Holla, so far you're the only one performing. So if no one else comes up, guess what?
Can you
That
hear the
$100 is yours.
Yep.
What? Can you
And you
hear
can
the
go.
beat?
A little
Yep.
bit. Can you
You
put
can
it up a
go.
little more?
Hold on. Now can you hear it?
Yeah, there you go. Give us that 2 minutes,
Okay.
Rob.
I'm known as Rob Holla. Go on YouTube, TikTok, check out my views. People don't diss me. I like that Biggie verse. Now they write letters and kiss me. I want to bring back the 90s. Hip hop went right behind me. This is my 3rd year. Have no fear. Put the bike in gear. My name is Rob on YouTube, Bob. Don't forget to holler. I love TikTok. Almost 1,000 views. People are gonna see me when I blow up. I just want to drive a truck. I love Tupac and the West Coast. I gotta shout out the 3 hosts. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep
You got
going,
time.
Rob.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
We lost Rob. We lost
Wait, is this
Rob.
part of the performance?
It could be.
Perhaps.
You never know.
Knowing Rob the
I
way
got
we know him,
questions.
he'll be back up.
You got questions?
I got questions.
Time to judge.
Because he was not spilling tea. He was giving me espresso. That was a lot. That was a lot. 3.
Lily, was that 2 minutes?
It wasn't 2 minutes. It was he still had a minute left.
Okay.
He gave us a lot in a minute, though.
Right.
Yeah,
So when
yeah.
he comes back, so let's be fair. When he comes back, do we need another minute or are we good? We got it.
I think we should do another minute just to make sure we have, because there was a lot there.
Okay, well here
I
Rob
got
is
Yes.
again.
disconnected. Sorry about that.
No, it's
Should I
okay.
start over or
No, no,
keep
no. Just
going?
keep
Keep
going.
going,
Keep going.
keep going at that two
Okay.
minute mark.
Hold on. Sorry about that. This phone is all messed up. Okay, here we go.
Go
All
ahead,
right.
Rob.
You can hear the beat.
Yeah.
I don't care about 5 magazine. You can block my email, try to send me to court or jail. I gotta thank my best friend. I just wanna rap, make music, drive a Benz. Women turn me down every day. What can I say? I wanna make music and no play.
All
Keep going.
right. Keep going. You got
Go ahead,
43
Rob.
seconds.
Hold on. I gotta find something new. I'm not trying to be no one. I write my lyrics on the paper. Biz Marquee, the vapors. I want to meet Nicki Minaj, sign with the label. Put the money on the table. Everybody get at my YouTube, Facebook. Next week's gonna be longer.
All right, Rob.
Okay,
Yay.
Rob.
Okay. Sorry
Yay.
I got disconnected.
It's okay. It's okay. Stop the music so we can talk to you.
Okay. Uh-huh.
All right, hang out with us for a couple seconds.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. So we're going to talk to you now. Okay, guys. So, Rob, just so you know, if you're watching in the chat, in the audience, Rob has been our only talent tonight. If no one else comes up, he gets $100. He gets the
Oh my
$100.
God.
Sorry, he just gets it. So if you're watching, you think you're better than Rob, if you sing, act, or dance, whatever it is you do, if you think you're better than Rob and you can take the $100 from him, come on up. Okay.
Wow.
I think it's a tough
I
one because he
emailed
was
the agent.
entertaining.
Yeah, we know you need an agent. So, judges, by all means, what do you think? What do you think of Rob?
I
Okay.
think he's got his style down for sure. That's for sure. And very creative with the lyrics. I think it's very true to your heart, isn't it? It's life stories.
I write my own. Thank you.
Yeah. I thought so. I mean, it was very entertaining. There was a long pause because you got disconnected, but I wanted to know more. So that was good. I liked it.
I'm trying to come to LA soon.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
is
Okay.
LA ready? Is
Me too.
LA ready? Is the
I love
question.
Tupac.
Right. Yes, we know. And we love Tupac too.
I can share with you guys. I'm performing live tomorrow in Asbury
Oh.
Park.
Oh,
Go
wow.
ahead,
It's called Freedom Rock Cafe.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Go ahead, Rob. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Well, you're going to get that fame you're looking for, Rob. I love your enthusiasm. I love your attitude, and I love your smile.
Instagram,
Say again.
Rob Holler 2021.
Oh, Instagram. Rob Holler 2021 is on Instagram.
Rob Holler 2021 on Instagram. Lily, would you have any critique for Rob's style, technique, performance, presence, anything?
I think Rob is doing all of the things, and I like those things.
Okay.
Those are good things.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome, Rob.
Okay, Rob. So you stand to win $100 cash because if no one else comes up, the money is yours, darling. So thank you
So
for
you need my
coming back.
Cash App or not yet?
Not yet.
Not yet, Rob. We still
Not
got
yet.
some time.
He's ready for it though.
Yeah, if you win, definitely. Since you email me all the time, I will respond to one of those emails, and you can send me your Cash App if you win. But you got a good chance of winning because a lot of people watching say they talented, but they scared to come up.
People say I gotta make the raps a little longer.
True.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and in case anyone is talking to you, you can always spit something out.
Next week I'm gonna do 5 minutes.
Oh,
Unless you win.
Unless you win, then that's
Right.
Okay, thank you.
That's a
all right.
all right.
Good
Thank
seeing
you,
you,
Rob. Isn't he the sweetest thing?
He is. It's adorable.
Okay, Rob Holla out of New Jersey. Okay.
Asbury Park.
Yeah, that's what, and he's performing. Hey. So let's have some serious talk, ladies.
You know what? Oh, you had something that you wanted to bring up?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So let's have some serious talk.
Right,
Yeah.
because everything was fun just now. Okay. You had
Right.
some hurtful toppings,
Right.
but okay, let's go serious now.
Let's go serious regarding the talent, right? We know, like back in the day, people that would have been, let's say, and I'm speaking generally, people that would have been like laughed out of audition rooms or spaces are now going viral, becoming famous, getting viral fame, getting paid to make appearances. So somebody like Rob would beat somebody who actually is more skilled, I would say, right? More talented. What do you think that's about in 2023?
Celebrity inflation.
Hype, trends, just making quick money. It's like what is the word for it that they gosh, it's like a oh, I forgot the name of it. What they just say like it's a one-time thing.
A one hit
They
wonder?
one hit wonder. I think that's what it is. And for a brand, they can just continue and take the next person. But for that actual talent or talent, it
Mm-hmm.
is sort of like a one hit wonder thing. And then what's next for them? And then it's up to them to continue to create their own brand and to expand and envision other types of things that they could do to create this career that they can have, and that could be like influencer to going on television and getting a whole acting career together, but they might still need to get their training, and they still might need to get like a personal coach or a personal trainer or something to actually get to the bigger parts.
Mm-hmm.
And some just don't and call it a day, and that was it for them. But as a company, brands, I think they just pick up whoever is now in trend or is the talk of the town, to continue to expand their brand and their image, and then as soon as that dies down, they go to the next one. And I feel like it's a little bit of a used situation, but that's also how the industry has always been, in a sense.
Right.
Like we kind of, it's literally what we do. We use people to make the brand bigger, to make the brand faster, to make the brand more interesting, or appealing to a certain generation or a certain, just a focus group in general. And so I think it's just following the trends and making sure that you're on top of it, and in order to expand your brand and make it more successful.
Interesting. So that would explain when we see an act like Ice Spice. I don't know if you're familiar with Ice Spice, but she's the latest rapper out of the Bronx, New York, and she dropped one single, and in the span of 1 year, which is 12 months, she's on the cover of some very, very prestigious magazines. She was at the Met Gala with one song that wasn't even a global hit. So, but
that's a good agent.
Right, but it's on trend, right? Her style is on trend. She's twerking. She's a very reminiscent of Cardi B. So it's like, hey, let's jump on this one because we may have missed the boat with Cardi B. Now we got this one. So yeah, so now it's up to Ice Spice to remain relevant.
Yes.
Or they'll just switch her out for another girl from the Bronx who's bent over and twerking.
And I think it also probably has to do with how she marketed herself before she got an agent, and possibly blew up on social media before an agent spotted her and was like, I need you on this. But it's hard work. If you talk to any artist that's out there right now, they will tell you they were working really hard to get to that certain status. It wasn't just they woke up at 10 a.m. and then they made themselves coffee and turned on the camera and took a picture of themselves. No, they had to prep for that picture. One picture will still do hours of makeup and hair and an outfit together for that stupid one picture.
Yep.
So that's like you're up at 10 a.m. You take that picture and you're ready to do something else or watch, Netflix all day. It took like 4 hours to get that one picture, and probably like 100 pictures to just get that one picture out. So
easy.
I think for her, I don't know her, so I don't know her story, but I think before she became famous, before she
Mhm.
maybe got signed and got to all of those things in a bigger scale, I think she already started on her own with maybe a YouTube channel or on social media. TikTok is great with that too. And if
Mhm.
you're tech savvy, you can make things happen for you. And it's all free marketing. So the technology is making it easy for you and accessible for you to market yourself really well to before you even get picked up by something better.
Right. I think that's also, oh, we got some talent backstage that I'm going to bring up. So I'll end it on this. The same thing with Cardi B. People don't realize that Cardi B she had her Instagram channel popping because she was a stripper and she used to do 1 minute videos from the locker room at the strip bar. So she was
Yeah.
already she was hugely popular on Instagram before Love and Hip Hop. She actually got cast in Love and Hip Hop because of her Instagram channel. So she was at it for a while, then got picked up, and then now she's the Cardi B that we know of today. But I wouldn't say she's an overnight success because she was in that locker room
Because
doing
she kept
commentary.
working. Yep.
Yep.
And she kept working. And she didn't just get cast, she had to audition. Like she had to sign herself up
Yep.
and apply and go to the audition and do the audition and hopefully get picked and do the whole job. And
Mm-hmm,
from
mm-hmm.
there, it's while she probably was recording that, she was still maybe doing other types of things that I don't know exactly. I don't know her life story again, but she wasn't probably just doing that. She was probably still doing something else on the
Right.
side because
Mm-hmm.
at some point those projects stop
Right.
and you need something else. So, and you can tell she's a hardworking lady. She
Yeah.
is working.
Yeah.
It doesn't come that easy.
Yeah. Okay. So with that said, let's pause and bring up another talent. So it seems Lorray Leverett says, no, that's my $100. Welcome, sir.
Oh, am I on? I was watching the show. How you doing?
You are
Well,
on
hello.
now. You are
Okay,
on now.
yeah. Well, I hate to compete against him. I kind of just want him to have the money, but
Oh,
we'll see.
really? So, okay. So you just want to perform for us? You don't care about the money?
Yeah, let me do that because he's. I think I'd just like to forfeit it and just let him have it.
Oh, wow. So you're just
Yeah.
sharing your talent. Well, aren't you sweet?
Well,
Where are you calling from, Lorray?
from Roseburg, Oregon.
Oregon.
Yeah,
Okay. Hello from Oregon. What are you going to do for us tonight?
I'm going to play some piano for you.
Nice. Okay, so
I like
even
that.
though you're not competing, you're still on a 2 minute clock. So Lily, you ready? Everybody ready?
Okay.
Yep. Got it.
Okay, let's go.
minutes.
That was 2 minutes.
Yep.
I liked it.
Yay. That was
Thank you.
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you for
That was
sharing your
beautiful.
talent,
Thank you.
Lorraine.
So
I
I'll
mean,
do it again a different time, maybe to compete for the money. But I just liked him. I liked the guy that was on
okay.
before. I liked his heart,
Oh,
and yeah,
Look,
I don't want to compete against him. I want him to have it.
look how
oh,
sweet our talent
Aw.
is. Look how sweet our talent is. Like now you
Oh
get it.
my
I'm just coming up.
gosh.
Oh my God. And let me just say that I've always felt like artists are the salt of the earth. They are the gift to the planet. Like before artists were monetized, whether it was a writer, an actor, a singer, a dancer, a musician, I really do feel like they are the gifts to the planet. They get, the normies, the normal folk get them through a lot by listening to music, by going to the movies. So I
Yeah.
appreciate you coming up, just sharing that with us. We appreciate it. It sounded beautiful. And by all means, please come back and compete for your money. Although
Oh,
we love you,
definitely.
you're sweet. It
I just want to
was
say
really
one
sweet.
thing. I just want
Absolutely.
to say one thing. Hey, man, you got a great left hand. You know, what I mean,
Oh,
you were
thank
playing
you.
some rag, and the basis of that is having a solid left hand. So
Yeah.
I
Next
was
time I
sitting there
come on, I
listening
do
to
all
you.
kinds of stuff. I think that what trips people out the most is when I play classical music. They always look at me like,
I'd love to hear
a
that
black
also.
man can play Mozart? And I'm
Yes,
just like,
yes, a black
yeah,
man
some of us
can,
can.
honey.
Yeah.
I say absolutely.
Yes, a
Oh.
black man can.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Lorraine.
No
We
problem. And I'll be back
appreciate you.
again.
All right.
Absolutely.
all
Thank
right.
Okay.
See you,
you.
Lorraine.
Peace.
Peace.
Hey,
That was awesome. That was
Yes.
awesome. Thank you.
went on a
Thank you.
little vacation with that one. He,
Right?
he brought me to places. That was good.
That was
Right.
real dope.
That's actually one of my friends. I've been trying to get him to compete, but I was like, oh, he just came up and just forfeited his $100 to rapping
That's so
Tupac.
No, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. It's a testament to what happens here. I did say this is also a networking event, so please follow each other. I always say that. And Chocolate Earth, you got your Cash App, $100 cash. Make sure you receive that. Confirm the payment that you received it. Chocolate Earth, last week's winner, we just sent you $100 cash. That is what we do here for our winners. So since Lorraine forfeited competing so far, Rob Holla, that's his $100 unless you come up because you think you're better than Rob Holla, then he gets dinner
But
on the
hold
block.
on. What other show are you going to have a white rapper and a black man playing Mozart? As a like, it's just
Nowhere,
like
Lily. Nowhere. Nowhere, Lily.
I love it.
Okay, so while we wait for our next talent, whoever's out there watching. And it's so crazy because it's like, I remember I mentioned this before, and Will Smith has said it, 80% of the people don't show up, though they're talented. And that's how people get in, because they're like, I don't want to do it. I'm scared. I don't know if I'm good enough. And then they get mad, right? They'll sit in their living room and they'll watch people on TV. And what do they say? I'm better than that guy. I'm better than that girl. Yeah, but that girl showed up. That guy showed up. And they showed up every time, all the time. So you could be as talented as you want to be, but if you don't show up, you don't get the job. And we see that here. I get, a myriad of email replies. Oh, I'm going to be there. I'm going to do this. They send me pictures. I'm going to rap. I'm going to sing. I'm going to dance. I'm going to do pictures with it. This is what I do. And then it's like crickets the night of. So it's on
could it
you.
be preparation? Maybe that they aren't preparing enough or well, or they end up just getting too scared. Because I feel like if you're confident in your material, in your art, then it doesn't matter who you're performing to or from or in. I feel like it's preparation and being content with your work, that it doesn't matter. You're just ready to share. Like our last contestant, he was just ready to share. He just wanted to share his craft and his skills, and he was just happy to show it to us. Could it just be preparation?
I think that's a layer to it, because I think that's a layer too, because I know a lot of artists and they're happy to show what they do. It's like, okay, you're a singer, sing. And they're like, okay, here we go. And it's like, wow. And it's like, that's impressive. Where other people are like, I don't know. I don't really want to sing right now. What am I going to sing? You know what I mean? So I think you're right. The more prepared you are, the more confident you are about the thing that you do. Like right now, if someone threw a subject at me and they were like, hey, write a short film, 15 pages of this subject, I can go and do it literally in a couple hours. But it's like, that's my thing, right? And I'm not going to be like,
Right.
oh, I don't know, how am I going to write it? How am I going to mold it? I'll get you those 15 pages. So it is preparation, right? What is it? Preparation meets opportunity, and
Yeah.
what have you. But we're open, as you can see. I mean, Rob will get the money if you guys are too scary to come up. And I don't want to hear nothing about Rob didn't deserve the money, because y'all ain't come up here. I did want to talk about now, as we wait for anybody else who may or may not come up, I did want to talk about the familiarity. Like people, when we're in this business, a lot of our friends and relatives, I can't say who or whatever, but a lot of friends and family think because you're in a certain industry, it's easy for you to pull them in. They don't understand it's a business, and whoever you pull in is a reflection on you, right? And I'm like, the best thing that you can do is work really hard on your own thing. That way, when I pull you in, it makes sense, because
Yeah.
DNA is
Oh
not going
my
to
God.
get the job. Okay. We're cousins, we're whatever, but I still have, you know what I mean, my image to keep as well. So everybody who just comes to me, I'm like, work as hard as you can, make yourself as popular as you can. So when I bring you in the room, it makes sense for everybody, right? Because
Right.
Yeah.
I take this business seriously. So this is something I notice of friends and family, right? I'm like, okay, let's do this. Send me, and I'm just going to throw this out there, and he knows who he is, and I love him to death. I love him to death, but this was a great example. Okay.
I
This was
think,
a great
but
example.
Jen, I think we all have what you're about to say. I think Joey and I,
It's
myself,
so
all
funny.
have this experience. So go on.
Okay.
I just
So,
want to say I don't have friends and I don't have family in this business.
Oh,
I
you're
love you, but I don't have friends and I don't have family in this
I
business.
love
I
it.
can't make it happen for you if you don't have talent. Cutthroat. I'm sorry. We're
I
not family.
love it. No, listen,
I'm
I have some relatives and some friends who have been doing, certain professions in music for a long time, and they've been asked. I don't know if they're watching now. Sorry, him, her, but they've been asking me for a long time. Hey, do this, put me on, and I'm like, I can't. Like, although I love you and we're related and we're friends, like I don't think what you're doing is up to par. So
Mhm.
I can't risk it. So sometimes they'll see me put somebody else on that I'm not related to. And I'm like, this person is putting in the work. You understand this is a business, right? Can you get a job via networking because of the people you know? Absolutely. But you still have to bring, a certain standard. So
yeah.
very recently, and he knows I love him, but I do,
Keep
you know what I
saying
mean?
that.
Yeah, right. I'm like, just so he knows, I do 10-minute intros, right? Give me your music for 10 minutes. The intro is 10 minutes exactly, right? So I was like, hey, send me 10 minutes of your music, blah, blah. And he was like, okay. So he sent it, and it was like 9 minutes and something. And I was like, I said 10 minutes, right? And of course, very quickly, he was like, no, no, you're absolutely right. Whatever it was. Here's the thing. If I was, and I am not, if I was Steven Spielberg and I saw you online and I said, hey, such and such, send me 10 minutes of your music, would you have sent Steven Spielberg 9 minutes and 16 seconds?
It
And that's
hurts.
the problem with friends and family. I always say they are going to be the last people in the world to see you as the professional you are. To
Isn't that
them,
weird
you
though?
it's not. I'm gonna tell you, it's not. I had to look at the psychology of it. At first, it was weird, but then I looked at it. I had to realize, first of all, it doesn't make them bad people. They're just your
No.
friends and your family, right? And so they've known you as auntie whoever, cousin whoever, bestie whoever for all these many years. And now you want to kind of, now we're switching the dynamic and it's a little weird. Like you're still cousin, auntie, friend. And it's like, no, no, no. When we cross this line, I am no longer your cousin, your auntie, or your friend. I am this position that I hold and that I uphold. Um, and it's hard for them to get that. And
Yeah.
they mix. I have, and you know what? I have a perfect example with Joy. Perfect example. So I got
I did
signed.
not cut corners with you. No, no,
You
no,
didn't.
no.
No, you didn't. And
Oh,
that's the
okay.
point. That's
Hold
the point I'm going to make.
up.
And so,
I'm
and I respect
OCD.
that. Exactly. Like I respect that. So, I'm signed. Everyone, I'm signed to a agency here, and my first contract was exclusive. I was with them. Then I renegotiated, and then I was non-exclusive, which means I was able to sign with different markets in different states. So I know Joy loves me. She knows I love her. This is a personal thing, right?
Mhm, mhm,
Now, but I reached out to her on a business tip and said, "Hey, I am able to sign with other markets, and she's an agent." I was like, pretty much would it make sense? Because I know you like me. I know you're a fan. I know you're a friend. But does it make sense for me to sign with you? She flat out said no. I don't have the clientele to go with your look.
mhm,
It's that simple. It's not
mhm,
It is.
personal. It's
mhm,
business. It
mhm,
has nothing to do with how the person personally feels about you,
mhm,
right? Especially
But I
when you're
can't get
looking
you
at,
work.
you can't exactly. I'll just be sitting on the roster looking stupid. Like, and
right.
then
Yeah.
no one benefits from that. You don't benefit from that. I don't benefit from that because I'm sitting there like, well, Joey says she hasn't got me booked. Well, she tried to tell you she don't have the clientele for you, but
So
yeah.
yeah.
So
So,
people don't understand that.
with that said, I think sometimes we just need reminders, and I love this guy to death, and he knows that I'm saying it again, Joey. So he very quickly, I noticed he was like, "Hey, touche," because he realized had it been Spielberg, he would have gave 10 minutes, no more, no less, because I think we're used to viewing people who are already well established and famous as more important. And the ironic thing is that he's a person that's always saying the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So you have to respect the time that and effort that other people are putting in. And I'm sorry, I take this seriously. So if I say 10 minutes, I want 10 minutes. I don't want 9:16. I don't want 9:45. I said 10 minutes is 10 minutes. But I'm using it as an example because I think when people are related to us or they're our friends, they're like, he'll take whatever, she'll take whatever.
Heck no.
Right. But
We can't. Nope.
we can't,
We can't.
even if we wanted to. Um, Welcome back, Haran Zamaka.
Before you continue, to the chat and everyone,
PSA.
I love her very much, but she's trying to protect me. I was the one who fucked up on the 10-minute intro. Okay, I was the one. Yep, I was the one. And
She
no,
loves you
she
very
was right.
much.
She was right when she responded and was like, "Yo, I asked you for 10 minutes." And when she
What's
explained
up?
it, I said to myself, "I'm like, you know what? You are absolutely right." Because if Steven Spielberg damn sure did come to me and say I need a 10-minute fucking, piano intro, I'd have been there 10 minutes flat, straight up.
Would
So
it?
she's
Would it?
absolutely right.
Is
But
it
I
because
say
the
this to
pressure
say,
changes?
no, I say this to say, maybe it is a bit of a bias, but I say this all to say, when I make certain comments and things and so on and so forth about how you should get your shit together in the industry, this doesn't absolve me.
Mm,
Never will I sit here and say that I ain't never fucked up. I ain't never did shit. No, I tell y'all not to do shit because I've done bonehead shit.
mm,
This
I
is
tell
saying
you,
this from
this is the
experience.
consequence when you do bonehead shit. Because I've done bonehead shit. And you might not have
Trying
a
to warn you.
job. You know what I mean? So no, she was absolutely right. But to piggyback off of that, the reason why, in our situation, we're still family, we're still, partners. But the reason why you adhere to what was asked of you is because that might be your last and only chance. Maybe for
mm,
months, maybe
mm.
years, maybe ever.
Mm-hmm.
Because one thing in this business, you get only a few chances to really, really, really pop.
You're
You
good
might get
today,
another
but
little
are you
gig.
tomorrow?
Yeah, you might get a little gig here and there, but to like really, really pop, really make some smoke, you only really get a few chances in this business to do that.
Mm.
That's
So
why
if
you
they
gotta
ask you for
work
10
hard.
minutes, give them 10 minutes. That's the moral of the story.
I love that. Listen, and for the record, iron sharpens iron. I have
Absolutely.
respect. I have respect for Haran as a musician, and I'm like, dude, the way you play, you should have just shot me the 10 minutes and that's it. But
No, right.
we have that rapport and we have that
Hmm.
respect for each other. If there was no respect, I wouldn't have asked him for the music. He wouldn't have gave me the music. It's just a matter of sometimes we all need to support each other. And salute to you, sir, for actually taking accountability and saying
Oh
that.
no.
We got the best men on the block. I just got to say,
Yes, we do.
okay? That was amazing. That was amazing. Because some men
I
be
have a
like,
question.
yes,
It just
uh-oh.
Yeah.
popped in. So here's the thing with friends and family, because we have more patience for them, right?
Yes, we
Yes.
do.
They do have that in their pocket, and things of, and when it comes to like, or at least they have that as the advantage that they know you have that connection. So when it comes to submitting the materials that you are needing for casting or for like the music, and we said this earlier, when you don't read all of the instructions and you don't send in everything that I am asking from you, you just pass. So then are we therefore more lenient to those that we do know, personal friends, family, that you would email them back like, hey, can you make this 10 minutes? Because I said 10 minutes. Or could you send that headshot in because it was part of the instructions that I needed from you to do this submission? I can send it to the client as soon as you do this. Or are we cutthroat? Because I am, like, you didn't follow instructions, you're out. Don't care of your friend, don't care of your family.
Well,
I know it's a tough one.
in this situation, I think I can speak for Janicia and said that if she
And then
didn't
and then Janicia will speak for Janicia.
yeah, in this situation, I think if she did not know if she did not know me, she probably wouldn't even email me back. She probably wouldn't even send
Okay,
shit back.
it turns out you did speak for Janicia.
She wouldn't even it wouldn't
So
even have been a
it is
response.
beneficial.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It absolutely yes, absolutely yes. But even with friends and family, I still have a cutoff point. I may give
Yes.
you that one shot because I respect what you do and I want the team to succeed together. But even I have a cutoff point for family and friends. I'm like, okay, I have to move on, and you just got to be that relative that writes the book. She changed when she blew up. You just got to be that guy. you just got to be that relative. I'm sorry.
With me.
Right, like I have to move on. Everybody can't come, and that happens in every story. I always think about Justin Timberlake in NSYNC. Hold on, rock with me. When people are like, "Oh, Justin gets preferential treatment," and then when you watch the documentary, there was like Justin was the first one at rehearsal and the last one to leave, and the one that was always practicing. And I'm like, that is why some people move on. Some people don't. We saw it with Kobe Bryant and different people. So it's like everybody can't come, and that's just how it is. But I have respect for Haran, and yes, he did get extra room because we know each other, and I do respect him as an all around man, not just his musicianship. So yeah, but had I done that and had I got pushback, I mean, there's a million musicians out there. Right.
Absolutely.
And I'm kind of cute. So if I ask them for the music, they're going to send me 10 minutes. And I was also working with two other musicians prior who sent me that 10-minute mark. So there are people out there that's like, you want 10 minutes? I'm going to send you that 10 minutes and I'm going to prioritize them. But you know what I mean? Yeah. So
And I like that you're saying that because there's like, if you didn't do it right, there's 10,000 other people that can make that happen for you.
Absolutely.
And that's how cutthroat this business is. If you miss the boat by just missing one thing, someone else will get it. And you missed it because you didn't pay attention, or you were like, oh, it will be fine. Just
ironically though, I've done that to many a musician that I've auditioned. And I am brutal on them. So when she did it to me, I was like, "Oh, so this is how I feel."
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll eat that.
We all got to eat crow at some point. We all do. We all do. I tell people when I started YB Limited, I felt like I made every mistake in the book. I feel like I did, because I had nothing. I had no
information, knowledge.
No, I learned from mistakes. It was just a bunch of mistakes.
And that's fine. That's fine as long as you actually learned from the mistake. instead of repeating it over and over in time and keep complaining to other people, like, what am I doing wrong, and why isn't it working, and why is no one buying my stuff or picking up my stuff? And it's just like, you're making the same mistakes.
First of
Learn
all,
from it.
my apologies, ma'am. Your name again?
Mine?
Yes.
Joey.
Joey, it's I've just been sitting back listening to you talking, and you're just providing just so much wonderful information.
Oh, well,
You know, what I
thank
mean,
you.
you've just been a great guest. You know, what I mean, and just
Aw.
it's no wonder Lily knows you. You know,
Mhm.
because she herself is a wonderful
Fair.
person. You know, what I mean,
Mhm.
definitely. So, one of the things from a musician's perspective, and being an independent artist, when I first started out, I started out at a time when streaming wasn't a thing, YouTube wasn't really a thing. I had my own newsletter and my own database of fans that I used to connect with, and so on and so forth. And I'll just give you guys a quick just rundown of one particular project I had. I had a particular project that was kind of like this rap rock thing where I had a band or whatever, and it overall cost me about $30,000.
Mhm.
You know, what I mean, I spent about $30,000 of my own money to, one of the main things that really ate up my pockets was the studio time because I have a
Yeah.
band. So the vision that I had, it required a degree of, it required a certain environment. Also, what I mean, after that was all said and done, I got to go get this thing mixed. I got to go get this thing mastered.
Mm.
And now, after this is all said and done, now we got to market this shit.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And at that time, marketing, my marketing budget had to be it needed to be a lot bigger than it was, but it wasn't. I could only work with what I had. But marketing budgets now are like, it's kind of hit or miss. Anyway, but the point of the matter is this,
This was prior to social media.
this was prior to the explosion of social media.
Yeah.
At best, we were at the beginning stages of the explosion of Facebook. At best,
Mhm.
you know what I mean.
Just want to
And
state out that we're still very young people. Okay.
oh yes,
Okay.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. I'm not aging anyone on here.
We just
You
know
what I
more
mean?
things prior
Right.
to social media. Okay, continue.
Right.
But
Right.
overall, what I'm basically saying is that, look, man, no matter what you do in this industry, in this business, what section you're in, no matter how good your product is, no matter how much you spend, your marketing budget has to be like twice or at least three times the amount.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And nowadays, with everything just being so, people don't have to spend too much on production. People don't have to spend nearly enough of the money that I spent on the actual creation and the production of a project that I do. But everything is so congested now. So it's harder to
Yeah.
break through the noise.
Yeah.
So since it's so
Right.
easy to create this shit now, it just creates more noise. So
Right.
most of your marketing budget, I mean, I'm seeing marketing budgets going to the 50,000, 20, 60,000, 70,000 range, and that's like soft,
Yeah.
and it makes sense. And I'm seeing people, major labels spending tons of money on certain artists, tons of money on certain singles, and it still doesn't pop.
Okay. We do have some talent backstage I want to bring up.
Okay.
We're going to
Before
put a
we
pin on
di-
that.
Yeah, we'll put a pin on that. And really quickly, before we bring the talent up, because I don't want to forget this thought, going back to something Joey said, I can even admit when I ate crow, I was doing an independent film with some friends, right? And I was late. And I came in all rushing, and I was like, I'm gonna confide in you. I have like this freaking social anxiety, and trying to get out the house last minute, like it brings up, it creates adrenaline for me, and then that gets me out. And one of the actors who I respect, who's a great actor, he was like, "Nobody gives a fuck, Jen. Nobody gives a fuck what your issue is. Get here on time," because everybody was waiting, and I was like, and that went out the window. So I have to, and I just say Spielberg because it's a familiar name, but I was like, you know what, Rich, you're right. You're right. Because if this was a Spielberg set, my ass would not be here talking about, I had social anxiety and it makes adrenaline. My ass would have been there an hour before just to make sure I'm on time. So we're all speaking from experience because I walked in there thinking I had the best excuse ever. He was like, nobody gives it. And I felt so bad disappointing him. And the director was very lenient. So he didn't say anything, but I know he was thinking, you know what I mean? Time is money. So we all learn and we're the better for it. None of us are perfect. It's happened to all of us. And that is why we teach, right? The up and comers. But we all ate crow. With that said, let's bring up our next talent. Hi, the queen. How are you, darling?
Oh,
Hi.
Queen. Hey,
Um, hey everyone, how are y'all?
Hi.
good.
We're
Good to
really
see you. Good to see you back.
Good to see you too, Lily. I'm a fan.
Oh my God, why do
Oh,
I feel like I know you?
uh-oh.
What's
Maybe they say, our spirits may know each
Mm.
other,
I love
ah.
this.
Mm.
even though
Okay.
we never met.
I feel like we
Okay.
did though. That's the
So,
thing.
so, so I'm using my phone. Okay, I'm using a mobile device.
Okay.
So,
Absolutely. So
so
you're up
before
here. So you're up here to compete for that $100. You're like, I want that 100.
the 100 is mine.
Woo!
Let's be clear.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
But,
Let's go.
we still want competition. We
That's
still want
right.
Okay.
competition.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh.
so this is what I want to tell you, Jen.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a YouTuber called Lovely T. I love her. She's so
Mm-hmm.
positive.
I
She
know her.
speaks
I know of her
so
channel. And
Okay.
mm-hmm.
She has a intro to her channel.
Mm-hmm.
It's someone singing. It's one of her subscribers or fans,
Mm-hmm.
and they sang this song for her, and it's
Oh,
part of her intro on her channel. I know
okay.
I noticed you have an intro, but it's like a countdown, but it's just music that you like. So I'm gonna sing something for you. You can
Oh.
put a beat behind it if you want to, and you can
Oh,
use it on your
Oh.
okay.
channel. Now
Okay.
I know I said a lot. I know that. I know what
Uh-huh.
I said was like, first of all, who are you? Second of all, what makes you think I'm gonna use you on my channel? But you can do this. It's up to you if you want to use it or
Okay.
not. This is let me just start. Let me just start. My video cuts off. Let me know if
Mm-hmm.
my video cuts off, okay?
We
Okay.
see you.
Can you
We can see where are you calling from, the queen? Where are you calling from?
Texas? Can you
Texas. Oh,
still see me?
Yep.
yes, we can see you.
Okay.
And
I just
you're a lamb, correct? Lamb for life.
I'm a lamb.
All right. So am I. So am
Okay.
I. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
That's not gonna get you any
So
points because I'm not voting. So I'm just
shut
saying.
up. Okay. Okay, y'all. So can still see me, right?
We
Yes.
can see you. Lily, grab the
Okay.
clock.
Yep. I got it.
This is a song for you, Jen, for the
Oh,
family, for the channel. Now, if
oh,
I did something that you don't like, I could fix it and I could
okay.
redo it. Okay, I'm starting now. Get ready, family and friends. It goes down on the block with Jen. Say what's on your mind. Now is the time to express yourself. You're unique, unlike no one else. Jen has provided a space for you to state your case. On the block with Jen. That's it.
Wait, I love that. That's a hell of a jingle. I am not
Yeah,
mad at that.
that's for you. That's for you.
Thank you so much. I am not mad. That sounds like a jingle jingle.
Uh-oh, did we lose him?
Yeah, I think we lost the
Oh.
um
Oh, you back.
okay, you're back. You're back. The queen is back. The
I'm
queen is
sorry.
back.
I'm on my phone. I'm on my phone.
No worries. Well, I actually you wrote that.
I wrote that for you in like 15 minutes. That's why I kept saying I'm coming up, but I needed a little time because I wanted to make sure I got the rhymes right. So,
Nice. Okay, so you could write
but
on the spot. I mean, it matched the show. Absolutely.
yeah, I know I disappeared. Hold on. Okay. So,
Hmm.
one more time, I'm going to
Hmm.
give it to you. I'm just going to read it to you. So, if you
Okay.
want me to redo it for you later behind the scenes, I can
Hmm.
send it to you in just like an audio form, and you can make it part of your intro, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's
So
cute.
the words are get ready, family and friends. It goes down on the block with Jen. Say what's on your mind. Now is the time to express yourself. You're unique, unlike no one else. Jen has provided a space for you to state your case. On the block with Jen.
Okay.
That's it.
Live.
All
Okay.
Yay.
right. I absolutely love it. So, you guys in the chat, the judges will critique, but you guys in the chat, now we have two competitors. We have Rob Holler and the Queen. Please throw their names in the chat to let us know who you're voting for. Don't say, I like him, I like her. We need names because when I count votes, I don't know who him or her was. So, don't just say, I like him or I like her. We need names in the chat. We got like a double treat because that was the Queen competing, and it's also being submitted as a jingle for On the Block with
And
Jen.
and listen, the
And
the chat is going crazy too. The chat is loving you, the queen.
Okay.
okay, thank you, Lily. So I just want to say I am a biological male. I don't have an issue with anybody referring me to what they see me as. I get female a lot, but I'm a male. So I don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable about something like that because I don't like that. Whatever you
Okay.
see someone as, they should be okay with that. And if they're not, they're too sensitive. But
Oh, that's
yeah,
beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. Thank you. No, that's
thank you
beautiful.
for providing the space for us because I didn't. Okay, so I found out about Eugen from someone named Star.
Ah, come on. Stars like that's our godfather.
Star. That thing crazy. Star, he
Yes,
don't give
yes,
a F. He
yes.
don't give
None at all. That's why we get along, him and I.
no F's given.
None whatsoever. Nary a one. Nary a one.
But you took over my what he provided for me, and maybe other viewers feel the same way. But what you provided for me, I mean, what he provided for me, you now give to me better. So
Oh.
instead of watching him, not to be mean, I
Mm-hmm.
tend to gravitate towards your channel now. Not to be mean
Oh.
towards Star, but
Mm-hmm.
I just haven't. It's just like I don't know how to explain that. Maybe somebody else can explain it better. But
Mm-hmm.
the way you discuss the topics and your delivery
Mm-hmm.
is just more attractive, I guess,
Okay.
than
It might be just
Star. But
the feminine energy that you are like gravitating towards. Sometimes it's like that.
and
Sometimes
you too,
people.
Lily.
Well, thank
Yeah.
You
you,
too.
love.
Yes, yes, both of y'all. I mean, everyone on the panel. You too,
Yeah.
Haran. Yes.
I take pride in, and it wasn't easy. It took us a long time to have the panel
Don't
that
stop.
we
Don't
have.
give up. Yeah.
So,
Don't give
I
up.
owe that. I'm as great as the panel is. Thank you so much for the compliments. Don't forget, guys, in the chat, you have to vote either the Queen or Rob Holla. Before you go, the Queen, we have to
Uh-huh.
hear from the judges. Judges, what do you think about the performance, the presentation, the lyrics, the
Wait,
melody?
wait, 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 wait,
Oh,
wait, wait.
okay.
I
Uh-oh.
was going to sing originally No One by Alicia Keys.
Mhm.
No one.
Do you
I
still want
was
to give
gonna
us
do
that?
that.
Do you still
Do
want to
you
give us
want
that?
I
Basically,
can.
he
Absolutely.
still has like a minute, right?
You do, yes.
Absolutely.
See?
Absolutely.
Okay, the
Can
issue
we
is
can we get more
the,
light on you though? That would be great.
I think he's
okay.
outside.
Is
Okay,
there
hold on, hold on.
any way?
I got you. I got you. Hold on.
Because the sun is
Give
setting where you are.
Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
is. It is. Hold on.
Yep,
But
you
we
got a
still want
minute
Now,
and
internet
11
connection though.
seconds.
okay, okay. My issue is
This
there's
is bright
no
enough, actually.
this is
That's
bright
Yeah,
perfect.
that's
enough.
great.
That's
Yeah, that's
perfect.
Yeah.
better. That's better.
Right there. Right there.
Yep,
You have a whole
that
The
is
different
better.
issue
ringtone. Here we go.
Okay. The issue is there's no background music. Like I can do the song,
Acapella.
but you want acapella?
Yep.
Let's
Y'all
go.
not gonna roast me? Okay.
No.
No, no roasting.
We'll see.
Okay.
I digress.
Okay.
It's
Let's
amazing.
try.
Be
Bring
singing.
it.
Let's just
Bring
do
it.
30 seconds.
Let's go.
I just want you close where you can stay forever. You can be sure that it will only get better. You and me together through the days and nights. I don't worry, cause everything's gonna be alright. That's all I can give you right now, Jen. Sorry.
Okay.
I was
Yay!
ready for more though. I wanted you to climb.
I'm not ready. I
Oh,
can
you're
do
not
it. I
ready?
can do it. I can do it, but I'm not ready. I'm sorry.
It's
Well, if you
Okay.
don't
okay.
win tonight, I expect practice for
Okay. Can I
next
come
time.
back next time if I
If
don't win?
Unless you
if
win.
you don't win tonight, you can come back.
Okay.
With that said, if you are watching chat or people in the audience, the competition tonight is Rob Holla and the Queen. If you think you're better and you could take home that $100 cash
Come
that we
on,
just gave
y'all.
to last
Compete.
week's winner, compete tonight. If not, we will close and it's between Rob Holla and the Queen. If you feel you have more talent than Rob Holla and the Queen, cam up. The link is in the chat. With that said,
We know
judges.
y'all are watching.
Oh,
We
they're
know y'all are
definitely watching.
watching.
They're definitely watching. Okay, judges, what say you about the performance, the presentation, and what have you?
I'll let our Gus go first.
Who?
Uh-oh.
That's you,
Uh,
Joey.
Me? Oh, that's me. Sorry. I
Go easy on
when
me.
it okay, fine. No, I don't feel like that. Listen, when I want to hear more, that means I hear something. It's there. So I wanted you to climb and finish, amazing because you were right on that spot where I'm like, here we go, here we go, here we go. And then you stopped.
I'm sorry.
So I am eager to hear more. So definitely, if you do not win today, I'm here next week. I'm
I'll
saying
be
Okay.
it
here
right
next
now.
I'll be here. I'll be here next week.
I better hear the finish.
Okay, but do
Okay.
y'all have any suggestions?
I have one.
Well,
Any
okay.
suggestions?
Haran.
First of all, let me ask something. How often do you practice?
I don't practice. That's why I'm not
Well, I
ready right
can.
now.
Yeah, I mean, that the reason why I'm asking is because I can hear it. Like you have a tone, but I can tell that you don't practice scales. You don't practice how to control your voice and certain things of that nature. So, no, I'm just being
From your
honest. I mean,
diaphragm.
I'm not saying you sound
Yeah,
like
please
shit.
be honest.
I'm not saying you sound like
Yes.
shit. You know what I mean? You have tone. You have something to work with.
It's
But if I
something
think,
there. It's
yeah,
something
there's
there.
definitely is something there. But I think personally, if you
It needs
work
work.
on practice for like a good solid month or even 2 months, you'd be amazed about
What if
how
I
great you'll sound.
what if I improve by next week?
Oh,
It's a
We'll
then we're
find
start.
in.
out. We'll
Let's
find
find
out.
out. Just concentrate on practice some breathing exercises, practice some scales,
Breathing. Okay.
your
Okay, we
scales,
can
practice
do.
some scales so you can understand, pitch and tone, and yeah, and
Okay.
just do it like that.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
We
Lily?
can do that.
And I was going to go with the same thing that Joey said because that was one of the first bits of advice we gave on the very first show
We
to our
did.
very
Uh-huh.
first contestant
We did.
was when someone is casting or behind the table or behind the screen in this case, and they ask for more, that means they want to hear more. You have to give them more. So that is
Oh, I
a
gotta
really
remember
big.
that.
Remember
I
that
gotta
one.
remember
Yes, that's a
that.
really
That's
big one.
important
They
because
want
we
to
did.
hear more,
Yeah,
give them more.
we had a contestant who gave us a minute, and I was like, "Can you give us another minute?" And she was like, "No, that's all I had." And I was like, You got to be ready for that second minute,
Next.
right? You have to be
Okay.
ready.
Be
Um,
ready to perform. Like impress us. You have 2 whole minutes basically.
Okay. All of this
mhm.
matters to me because one day I plan on because I like singing, but I think I'm better at writing than I am vocally
Okay.
because I'm not like a trained vocalist. I just sing because I
But
want
trained.
to. Yeah. But I do love storytelling. Like when
hmm
people make music, the
hmm
people that sell the most music are the ones who have the more relatable stories, whether it's just as a fan or for that current time in where we are, like in 2023. A lot of people seem to relate more to poverty, or a lot of people seem to relate more to being just unhappy.
hmm
That's what it seems like. The
hmm
music that's selling, even though there's the same music that has been selling, it
Mm-hmm.
seems like it's just not the same. So for me, the story behind the music is what I really care about. I don't
Mm-hmm.
care how bad you sound. If the story is relatable or I can resonate with it, even if I can't really relate with it, I might shed a tear. I'm gonna download it. I'm gonna replay it over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I am. But as far as vocally, I mean, I'm okay, but I'm not a trained vocalist. So
Do me a
I
Okay.
heard the
favor.
shade, Haran. The shade.
And
Do me a
mm,
favor.
Uh
Instead
huh.
of saying one day, pick a
One day.
date. No,
Uh,
no,
mm,
next
pick a
week.
date.
Next week on the block
A
with
little
Jen.
further, a little further, but pick a day that
Mm-hmm.
you want to say, now I've accomplished it. So that you now
Okay.
have give yourself like 3 months or 6 months or a week for next week. If you say for next week, you
And I'm not
set
there.
yourself
You're
a
gonna roast
goal
me. I
here.
know. Okay.
I mean, I got to be honest, but I also want
Mm-hmm.
you to prepare yourself for not
Okay.
getting roasted. So if you're setting yourself for that goal for next week,
Uh
prepare
huh.
for that. Prepare. You have
Okay.
seven days.
I'm gonna be ready. 6 days. I'm
Six
gonna be
days. Well,
ready.
I still expect you to start working after this. I mean,
Okay.
get the most of
Okay.
it.
We got to start now.
24 hours in a day, right?
Absolutely.
We got to start
There you
now.
go.
Yeah.
Instead of what's the saying? Instead of saying someday, say day one.
mm-hmm.
Mm,
Day one.
Yes.
yep.
Instead of someday, day one.
Day
And
Okay.
pick a
one.
day
So
you want to be accomplished for what you want to do. So,
Yes,
not
ma'am.
one day you will be that singer or one day you will be that writer. No. On November 15th, you are a writer because you will work your way towards that goal.
yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
Not to put
Jen,
pressure on you, but to put pressure on you.
Yes,
Yeah.
darling.
thank you. Thank you for that, Joey. It's Joey, right? I
Yeah,
can't see
Yep.
your
Joey.
name.
Mm-hmm.
Jen, now I was serious about that jingle that I wrote for you.
We're
If
gonna
you
consider it. We will consider it.
okay.
I promise you, because you presented our second jingle to us, so maybe we
Uh-oh.
can mix the two. Or,
I could
but
fix it. I
okay,
could
no,
fix
I
it.
liked it.
Let me
I,
know.
I I liked it. It would just need some probably music and all. We'll talk. We will talk. We will talk.
Okay. We will talk. How you doing? Okay.
How you
How
doing?
you
We will talk.
doing?
I promise you that.
Okay, I'm dropping down. Thank y'all
Okay.
so
All
much.
right.
I'm gonna
Thank
be
Thank
you for
watching
you.
from
coming through.
behind stage.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, that was so
Very good.
awesome.
Cute.
It really was. So just want to make an announcement. There are 20 minutes on the clock. If you are watching and feel you are better than Rob Holla and the Queen, and you want an easy $100 cash, cam up and compete. If not, the money will be going to either Rob Holla or the Queen. Okay, it is up to you guys. If you feel like, oh, I'm better than both of them, come on up and get your $100. This is a battle. I liked the jingle. I thought it
I
was
did
I.
too.
Me too.
I like the lyrics of the jingle. Of course, it would need different type of music because this is the block. But this is our second jingle, and I wouldn't mind mixing the two. I think they're both entertaining.
That's
So
me
I wouldn't.
too.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind mixing the two. I love it how people just coming up
Yes.
and they're just like they want to be a part of the production. So this is the
Right.
second jingle. This is the
You're on the
second
block
jingle.
with Jen. You're
You're
on the
on the
block
block
with
with
Jen.
Jen. That was the first one, Joey. That's what it. And you really.
I like that
You.
too.
Yeah, I wish he would have came up today because he comes up every week to give us the jingle. He's not here today, but
Very entertaining. Very, very
yeah,
entertaining.
and he has his dog barking simultaneously in the background. It's
It's part of
hilarious.
the.
Yes, it's the whole thing.
The
I
dog is
kind of
like,
like the idea if you would mash it all together
yeah,
because that's kind of what this show is about
yeah.
too. Like everybody's coming together and showing their talent. So if your jingle would be the same,
Mm-hmm.
it's a full circle. I like that.
Absolutely, with the visuals and everything, and the little, you know what I mean? Because we judge, although we can't vote, we don't pick the winner. So really, it's up to you guys. We can't do this without you guys. You have to vote, put the names in the chat, and if you think you're better than Rob Holland, the Queen this week, come on up. You got 20 minutes, baby. You got 20 minutes. Ladies, next subject.
Mm.
Behind the
Hit me with it.
scenes, the industry. What say you? Anything else that people should know?
Ooh.
About
Too much.
behind the
You know,
scenes.
with what you the advice you just gave the queen, right? Was the same advice that someone gave me when I first started my business, because people kept saying, you need to start a business. You need to. And I was like, oh, I'm going to do it. One day I'm going to do that. One day, one day, one day. And one day, my, just like any other time, my mentor said to me, you know, you need to start that business. And I was like, oh, I'm going to. He said, okay, what day? And I
Right.
was like,
Right.
I was, oh, well,
We're here
what?
today. Let's go.
Yeah, and I was just
Let's
like,
start.
what is she doing? Like, why is she doing this to me? Like, it's, and I didn't realize until that moment, me saying one day, one day, one day is getting the person out of my face, right? Shutting them up and getting them off of my
Oh,
back,
great
right?
observation.
Yeah.
And that's actually the saying, Lily. It's instead of one day, day one. That's actually the
Mm-hmm.
same, which is instead of one day, day one, right? Because
Right.
Work
again,
on it.
I think that the biggest mistake people make is thinking they have time. And while you're thinking you have time, there are 100 girls on that line in front of you. Like, well, this is my day one. Who do I have to talk to? And those are the people that you're competing with. So,
Yes. And you have to be bold. I look back at the biggest turning points in my career, and it was because I was being bold. And Jen, I love what you said earlier, because that was another lesson I learned. I was coming in, and I call it begging energy. I was coming
mm,
in with like, I hope they pick me. I hope, oh, it'd be
Mm,
nice. And someone was like, that's the wrong energy to put out, right?
hmm,
Because that's what you're going to attract, right? You're going to
right,
come off as someone who's, "Oh, I'm so glad you picked me," oh, instead of, and I started to change that, and everything changed after that. I was like, oh, I have to get up. I have to get up now because they're looking for me. I have to be available.
right,
I have to post today. I have to go do this. I have to do that, because they won't be able to find me if I'm laying in the bed. They won't be able to
hmm,
find me if I'm sitting in the house. They won't be able to find me if I don't go to this event, or if I don't make that
right,
call. And so, because they're looking for me. Like,
hmm,
they want what I'm bringing, and what I'm bringing, no one else can bring. And then I would just talk myself up and tell myself what my assets are,
hmm,
realistically. And
yeah,
and then that's when things started to change.
I like
yeah,
that.
and
It's kind of wonderful because it's that switch of realization, which we call growth, but it's such a wonderful moment basically, and we don't acknowledge that actually, that
Mhm.
that point of that turning point is growth. And you'll have so many turning points where you're just like elevating yourself and growing. And if I look back at like 2 years ago, I'm like, okay, I kind of did that. How did I do that? It makes no sense. I don't have the time or the energy. How the heck did I do that? But that's because back then I was like, I got to do it. I can't sleep. I can't have big lunches right now. I'll eat at the desk. I'll make sure. I got to do this. I got to make it happen. And that same energy I still have. I still like have 24 hours in a day. And for some reason, I feel like 24 hours in a day is going faster. Like a second is like a third of a second now. I don't know what's
hmm,
going on, but
It's
still
true.
have 24 hours. So I work pretty much 16 hours of it, and I have 8 hours of like leisure time where I can eat and sleep and watch a TV show real quick, or hang out with my friends, or call my mom real quick. But that's the only 8 hours I have. The 16 hours of other time that I put in that 24 is all work. I literally
hmm,
email my talent at 2 a.m. I got you an audition. Submit. Thank you very much. And
hmm,
they call me out for like, why are you sending me an email at 2 a.m.? Because I can't sleep. I'm still
Yes.
working. And then,
Yeah.
2 years later, I will look at myself, why did I email this person at 2 a.m.? How
right,
did I do that? But that's the turning point. That's that growth.
hmm,
Every time that you make that happen and you realize like, okay, I got to do this, boom, growth right there. And you will see that it will pay off.
Oh,
I
yeah.
yes.
still don't sleep enough though, but besides the point.
Same. That's how I feel about holidays. The end of the year, I hate because the industry shuts down, and I'm like, why are you guys eating turkey? We gotta make work. Like, who
I'm the
cares
same
about
way, Jen.
Christmas? I hate Christmas. We need to work. Like, I
I'm that
loathe
person that
the
shops last minute because
I loathe the end of the
Christmas,
year.
what day is that? What?
No,
Oh, crap. I don't have gifts. Sorry. I don't have family and friends.
No, Jen, you see that I started the show around the holidays. It was because of that reason. All of my friends know that about me. They literally kind of rally around me during the holidays because
Mhm.
the industry shuts down and they know I get depressed because I need to be doing
Yeah.
something. I
It
need to
feels
be
weird now.
productive. It feels weird. And so my friends
Yeah.
notice about me. So they like, how you doing? You need something to do? You want me to come get you? Want me to meet you here? Because I'm just like, oh, like
Yeah.
rest, like too much rest is not restful for me. It's
I actually get sick every time I go on vacation. Like I physically remove myself from office and I go on
Mhm.
vacation. The first 1 or 2 days, I get sick because my whole
Wow.
body is like basically saying, "What are you doing? What is this? What, can we do something?" And
Right.
I'm just like, "No, no, lay down." And I just get like fevers. It's like my body doesn't know how to cope with extra rests. It's just like, what's going on? Always the
Mhm.
first 2 days, I'm useless. I need actual like 5, 6 days, and then on day 3 I start to acclimate to wherever I am, and then I'll start to slow down, but you'll see me still working on the
Mhm.
side because it's an addiction at this point.
Joey, let me ask you, what is the industry? What are you and other agents looking for right now? For anybody watching, like who should be stepping up to the plate who may not even know that they're the it thing or the in thing right now? What are you looking for mostly?
I think it depends like on which agent you're talking to and which market you or the agent is in and we're working in. When it comes to the agency that I work for, we are now working in the New York market. We're located in Chicago, but we have clients in New York and we have clients in LA. Those are the bigger ones that we have so far. But we're also expanding now to Dallas and Austin, which is kind of weird because we've never had the work there. We don't even have talent there. And now
Mhm.
suddenly the clients are coming to us and we're like, oh crap, we don't have people. Uh-oh. So we're now basically, I feel like we're collecting Pokemons at this point because we're now going through so many resumes and actors in particular, so many resumes, so many actor headshots, and looking for talent that can fit the requirements of the clients that we already have. So there is a lot of demand in Texas,
Mhm.
but we just don't have the supply. So if you are from Texas and you are an actor, you have the resume with speaking roles, because let me make a note of that. I don't need background extra people. We can find them, but we need people that have on camera speaking role experience. Put a demo reel together, send that stuff over, and I will definitely have a look at it.
And where can you be contacted, Joey?
I think the easiest way is just to go to the website, sceagency.com. And we have a whole page of like a submissions page which has like all the instructions on what to send, and follow those instructions. Halfway there. I promise you. Follow the instructions. Reread, like put
Right.
it together, go back to that website, check like if everything is in there, then hit send. Because again, if you miss something, I can't consider you, because it's simple as that. If I would to just sign you right off the bat and I send you to the client, you're booked for a job, and you forget to read the sides, or you, I don't know, read the like get a different wardrobe that they instructed you to,
Right.
you're getting sent home again, and then I look bad. The agency looks bad. They will never work with us again, and then obviously never work with you again. And that all just stemmed from you not reading your
Mhm.
instructions. So it's a great way for us to say like you're ready for the industry by
Mhm.
following the instructions. It's literally like you're 50% in already, basically.
Right.
Okay, that's my spiel.
Okay. So
love it.
if you see my headshot come through, I'll be like,
Yes,
Joey,
yes.
it's me.
I
Okay.
need New York people, because
I'm actually in Vegas. I'm based in Vegas now. But I'm
no,
Yeah, I'm born and
dang,
raised in New York. Yeah, I'm in Vegas now. Speaking of Vegas, Mark Wahlberg stays on the news out here. He moved out here with his family. And I don't
yeah,
know, Mark.
his burger joint there, right?
Yeah, Marky Mark keeps claiming that he's bringing the film industry here. So that's going to be interesting to see. That's going to be very interesting to
I've
see.
been I've been hearing that for about a year now, and I
Mm-hmm.
honestly hope it doesn't. It does, sorry.
Yeah.
Because I honestly, like, I think it was like 2 years ago as well, I considered moving to Vegas because there's so much space. It's still not developed yet.
Right.
There's it's close to LA, you
Very.
know,
Yep.
it's right there, and it's way cheap. The only thing is, and I heard a lot of people in the industry that are in LA because it's cheaper, they would move to Vegas, because it's still close. You could still make your auditions, and you can still, you know, you don't have to live with 14 people in one apartment. So
Correct.
I was like, I hate this weather. I'm in Chicago. What the heck am I doing in Chicago? I don't like rain. I don't like snow. Polar vortex. What am I doing? My husband, however. So I'm here. Anyways,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but Vegas it's definitely a very interesting, and I'm not talking about the strip. That's no, everybody that lives in Vegas does not care about the strip. It's the neighborhoods around it
Right.
that are now developing, and the neighborhoods are looking good, and the prospects of having the industry developing there, I'm all for it. Let's go.
I mean, the
Show it
last
to me.
the last feature I auditioned for was with it was directed by Catherine Hardwick, and it was starring Brian Cox and who's our girl from, I always forget her name. Who's our girl from Underworld? Lead actress in Underworld.
Oh, pale brown hair.
Yep. I can't believe
Don't
her
know
name
her name, but she
escaped
doesn't know mine
me.
either, so it's okay. Okay. We're not on
Right.
speaking terms.
Right. Exactly.
I
Exactly.
know who
And
you mean. I know who you mean.
you know who I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, so they were auditioning for that out here, and that also filmed out here. Okay, so I'm like, all
the
right,
desert.
yeah, yeah. So it's coming. So we'll see what Marky Mark has for us. I'd be interested because I live out here. I'm a Vegas local now, and I love being 45 minutes from LA. Like you can get to that
See?
audition in 45 minutes.
It ain't that bad. Yep.
Or if you're,
And
you
no
can drive
taxes,
too.
right? No
Yeah.
income taxes?
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
and literally the cost of living is cut in half from New York and LA. I mean, half. The quality of living is better, and you can, I tell people all the time, you can struggle in LA and New York, or you can live like a king out here. Because out here, you're gonna have, even if you do a condo or an apartment or rent a home, you're gonna have a pool in the back. You're gonna have amenities. You're gonna have the gym. You're gonna have, the washer dryer, and it cuts your cost of living in half. And that's why so many people from LA are like, hold up, I could be 45 minutes from LA, but at least have a quality of life. Versus, when I was living in New York, I'm like, I'm working to pay bills. There was no cushion in between. And I was like, I got to get out of
savings
here.
what? Yeah, exactly.
I was like, no, at least here you can stack chips. You can still pursue what you're doing. So I'm excited about it's the second time in a week I saw Mark Wahlberg talking about he's bringing the industry here, and they're going to be doing films here and what have you. So I'm excited. Let's see what Marky Mark has, because I'm not going to eat his burgers. So let's see what see what he does. Yeah.
I did. It's okay.
It's like,
I'm vegan now.
I'd rather have a Five Guys than a Wahlburger. Honestly,
I love Five Guys.
I can't play this game anymore. Don't get me hungry.
I love it. I absolutely love it. All right,
No,
so
I don't think it's Kate Beckinsale. I just see someone saying
it is.
Is it?
It is. It's Kate Beckinsale.
Oh,
Kate
I thought it was the
Beckinsale.
younger girl. The younger girl with this, she kind of has a sad face all the time.
You're thinking about Twilight. Are you thinking about Twilight?
No. I'll look her up and then I'll send a picture of her. It's someone else. She's like maybe in her 20s or maybe early 30s, because nowadays we don't know anymore.
Right,
but
right.
She's I want to say it's like Shoban or something, like a Jewish type of name, maybe. All right, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm Dutch.
Yeah, but
I'm not from here.
Okay. So it was Kate Beckinsale and Brian Cox. And I auditioned to play Kate Beckinsale's baby daddy new girlfriend.
Oh,
That's
sweet.
juicy.
It was
Right.
really good. And I met Catherine Hardwick, and she wanted to meet me in person, and she loved what I wore at the audition because they were still
Love it.
doing video auditions. So I was just happy to be in the room and meet her. I didn't get the part, obviously. And then, you go to IMDb and see who got the part. And I'm like, they could have picked me. But it was
But
great to
that's
meet
okay.
her.
She will remember you. That's the point. I always tell my talent, going to the audition is already the job. You don't have to book the actual job, but going to the audition, you'll meet the casting director, you'll meet the client or the producer, director, whoever's in the room, and you can make that impression. So prepare for that audition and just see that as the job. And once you're done with the audition, you've done your job. That's it. On to the next. And if they call you
Absolutely.
back, great. That means they want you again for a second part of the job. If they don't call you, maybe later. It's just a win. You did your job. You did your
Absolutely.
audition.
And that's truly how I felt, Joey. I'm like, to have,
Yeah.
Catherine Hardwick say, I loved what you wore in the
Win.
audition. And I was like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Because it's like, she knows her stuff. So it was great to just be in the room. But then they were like, you have to be vaxxed, and a whole bunch of other stuff started happening because they're like, you're going to be right in the scene with Kate Beckinsale, so you would have to be vaxxed and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, it's getting complicated. But it was an amazing experience. But I did go to IMDb to see who got the job. So I'm like, who is
It hurts
this?
a little, right? Right.
Of course, because
No.
it's like, I was like, I'm about to be across Kate Beckinsale. You know how it goes. So
I did
Yeah.
a commercial audition one time, and one day I'm at my mom's house and I'm cutting up something, cooking, and I remember the lines, and then they came on. I'm like, that sounds familiar.
that's
Damn
happened to me.
you!
That's happened to me. I
Should have
hate
been
that.
me.
I hate that when you actually see the film or the commercial, then it's like you memorize those lines, and you're like,
And you
So
remember
I
what the
work
pay
a lot
was?
in commercial. I work a lot in commercial where I submit the talent for the audition, where they do the auditions. And I had one commercial. It was for L'Oreal. It's already out, and it was that a stick that you could hide your regrowth, your gray hairs regrowth, and it was specifically designed for men. And casting had selected two of my actors to audition, and they did such a great job. I was like, oh my God, they're gonna have to fight in who of the two is gonna get the part. And I don't care who gets it, but we're gonna get it. And I was so excited for them, and then both didn't get the role. And it stung a little bit. I was like, how? They're perfect. Fast forward 3 months later, I have a Hulu account that on purpose, I don't pay for the full account because I want to watch the commercials. It's annoying for my husband, but hey, it's my job. So
Right.
I'm watching these commercials pass by every 10 minutes. I don't know how many times they pop in there now. And I'm like brushing my teeth, and I hear the commercial come up, and I'm like, who'd they pick? And I get sort of angry in a sense of who stole it? And it's this guy from Game of Thrones, Nikolai Coster Baldauer, I think is like the Jamie Lannister guy. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, damn, A-listers.
Right.
We didn't need you. We didn't need you. Who threw you in there, damn agent?
Right.
So I got upset for my talent because I really wanted them, and I was like, man, they didn't have a chance. They put him in.
It's Jamie Lannister. it's Jamie.
And I switched it into hold on. So you are telling me that the selection was two of my actors and Jamie Lannister?
Different perspective.
Right.
We can do that.
Right. We're not bad. All right, let's go. All right. But still, when that commercial comes up, I'm like,
Yeah.
you're not that great. That means you still needed that money, okay?
Exactly. A-lister my ass. You took that right. Game of Thrones was a couple years ago, huh, Jamie?
Hopefully there were no residuals attached to that one. Thank you.
Right. Oh my God, the hilarity of it all. All right, ladies. Ladies, beautiful ladies, we are at the 2 hour mark. We saw our talent. We will count these votes. I mean, this was an amazing behind the scenes conversation. So many jewels were dropped. Okay. These are industry insider secrets. All right. You should be, this was a master class
Yeah.
tonight, if I do say so myself. And I'm even going to clip some of the things that we've said because I think that they will help. This happens every single Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern on the Block with Jen, Block Talent Battle. For all of you who just keep watching and hoping that you would have competed, we do this every single Saturday. Please throw your favorite talent into the chat because we count them up. And you have a week to vote. You have a week to vote in the comment section, in my comment section. A couple times people were winning. They were front runners in the chat.
Yep.
And then someone else's friends and family started voting in the comments and beat those people out because you have a week to vote. We cut off the voting every single Friday. And don't forget, On the Block with Jen all weekend long, trending topics, interviews, collaborations. Hit me on the block with Jen at Gmail for all business. Joey, thank you immensely for being here. This was absolutely wonderful. You made it even better. Lily, my love, thank you. Any parting words before we bid everyone adieu?
Well, I would like to thank every person for coming out. Our contestants, our guest judge, and of course, our wonderful, wonderful chat. We love you. You always hold it down for us. And yeah, and if you want to come see me at YB Limited, the letter Y, the letter B, the word limited. That is on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and here on YouTube as well. And don't forget, every single Saturday at 8 p.m., we will be doing the Block Talent Battle. So meet us here, same place, same time, same channel. And thank you, Joey.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for having me, guys. Love the chat. Keep it going. Vote because I need to know who's winning. I have anxiety already. I thought we were going to say it right now, and now I have to wait a whole week. This ain't
Yeah.
You
fair.
got to wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm upset, but okay. It's okay. I got this. A whole
And
week,
Joey,
though.
yeah, Joey, you were a great guest judge. We'd love for you to join us again because you shoot straight from the hip, and people need to hear that.
And that's how we are on this channel. This
Yeah.
is a say it with your chest. Whether we agree or not, we like people to be themselves,
Yeah.
and we like
I
people to
love
just
that.
speak it from the
Yeah.
heart.
It gets rough here. It gets bumpy. I say, listen, you're gonna like it here, but it's gonna hurt sometimes.
I mean, beauty hurts, love hurts, truth hurts. So I think at some point you just have to get used to it, right?
Mhm.
If you
Yeah.
want something out of it, I guess.
That's right.
Toughen up, Buttercup. All right, guys. Good night. Have an amazing evening. Be good, and if you can't be good, be careful.
Oh, cats to be more careful. Good night,
Still need to
everybody.
know though. Bye.
Good night, guys. All right, guys, please hit that like and subscribe on your way out the door for Mama. I hope you enjoyed Block Talent Battle Round 6. Don't forget, are you the next Block star? Are you the next winner of $100 cash? I don't know. Come meet us next Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. As I said, don't forget, if you're catching replay, vote for the people in the comments, okay? Thank you, chat, for voting and for being here and for giving us your time as well, because you're giving us your time as well. Don't forget, we are back on Monday with some pretty heavy topics all week long until the Saturday parties, Block Talent Battle. Follow me on all social media platforms, on the Block with Jen, on the Block with Jen at Gmail for business. If you want to collaborate, okay, you want to come up on the panel. And also don't forget to support the show, Cash App, on the Block with Jen. And if you are a musician, an artist, a singer, a rapper, and you want your music to play for 10 minutes straight during our intro, okay, on the Block with Jen and Gmail, we could talk about that too. All right, guys, good night. And we're out. Thank you, talent.